assembled the first master plan that was submitted to the state to our little hamlet of Pendleton. So we have to be have very favorable conditions to support that growth.
One of the things, we actually had a Cambria supervisor candidate in yesterday, and one of the things she had mentioned was that in going door to door, she heard residents complain that they aren't part of, and maybe it's similar to Pendleton, that's what I'm going to try and get from you, as going door to door, she didn't hear, or she heard residents complain that they aren't part of the process as far as picking the businesses that come to town, or what's zoned residential, what's zoned commercial. They felt like there's, just spots all around town that aren't designated right. They moved in there thinking it's going to be a rural community, all of a sudden a big complex is going up. I guess, is Pendleton on track? Do the residents have a voice as far as, what could move in next door or across the street, or how is that all communicated to the voters?
Well,
taxpayers.
To answer your question, the zoning is in place right now for step one of development, and it's our policy to expand those zoning areas, not to spot zone, but to expand an existing area, first of all. So if they are near or in an area of that kind, they knew that when they purchased the home, or they were involved in a public meeting. When we changed the zoning in an area, we notified all of the landowners and taxpayers and voters in that area that could be adversely affected, as well as the adjoining owners. And we have public hearings on the matter, and these are all very much regulated by state law and federal law. And
so you feel there's been a good job of that, in the last couple of years as far as development goes, and people are notified well enough and stuff like that?
I do. We put things out in your publication.
Right.
We under public notice, your publication is adopted as our official notification, and that would be the legal notification. We send out postcards, we send out letters, we put notices on our website. And in spite of our best efforts, there are still people that claim that they never read the mail, they never got the call. And I'm not exactly sure what the absolute 100% answer to that is, other than knocking door to door, and it would be a little bit unreasonable for us to go to those lengths. But I'm not willing to stop at notifying the people. I want to have as many people involved in the process as possible, because there's many eyes and many ears and many different experiences out there in the community, and they will help us to form that cohesive, better product.
You made reference to seeing a need for the departments, I guess, to be more cohesive. Is there an issue with the way the town hall, the town entity operates now? Different.
Well, when I came to government 6 years ago, our computer system used the sneaker net. And what that means is somebody took a floppy disk out of their PC that was on DOS 3.0 and they carried it down to another office and plugged it into another machine. Since that time, with the help of Senator Maziers and some grants from the state, we've been able to update and put a complete network into the town hall with a server. We're in the process of updating some workstations now that have become dated. We've been able to get some of the more new and modern software for our assessing department and our building department and our planning department, so that the building department knows what the actions of the planning board were, and that the building department can see what's going on, on a progressive basis with a property in the town. How many times it's been divided, how many building permits have been applied for, how many structures are on the property, and it just makes everything easier for everybody to have the information available to them like that. So are we there yet? No, and again, we always have room for improvement no matter what we do. And we're striving to be the best, but it's a dollar bill limited thing. We have to put the money where it makes the most sense so that we get the most benefit for our taxpayers out of that dollar.
Your opponent, he brought in a postcard. It's some campaign literature. I don't know how 30% tax cut in X number of years. Progress, progress, progress. Do you dispute that that is the case? And if you don't dispute the numbers, what is to run against, I guess?
Okay, the numbers are all accurate. But my opponent, again, has portrayed himself as the savior of our town, and I want to remind everybody that those numbers that we're looking at, although they were not presented as complete numbers, all the numbers didn't exist, only the ones that he wanted you to see exist. They're accurate numbers, and they in fact reflect the action and activity of 6 members of the board, a supervisor, 4 councilmen, and a budget officer. And I'm proud to say I was a member of that team. I don't believe there's any I or me in team. I believe it's a cohesive effort of the whole town board.
Any projects, I know we talked a lot about, planning for the future and development and things like that, but any projects that, should you win, this is the first thing you want to hammer away at, or something you want to get rolling? Any businesses you've spoken to that you maybe want to get in town, or any development things?
Well, let me make you real clear about my determination. You just shook hands when we walked into this room with the next supervisor of the town of Pendleton. So now that we've got that out of the way, I don't mean to be brash or have an arrogant attitude, but the first project that I would like to do is to improve our communication in town board meetings. And by doing a couple of things, by using the technologies that we already own to take documents that we have to review as a part of our normal course of business. We have a lot of mail and letters and reports and minutes of meetings that we have to review and we have to vote on and accept and file. And we've been criticized many times by the people in the gallery that we're fumbling through papers and seemingly not paying attention to what the business at hand is. And in fact, I would like to take those and I would like to have them scanned and projected on the wall so that everybody can have an opportunity to see what we're looking at. I think when you get voters on the same page and you inform voters of exactly what's going on, they don't think you're trying to hide something from them. They don't think you're doing anything that might be off color or questionable. I think honesty is the best policy. Lay it right on the table, and if you've overlooked something or if you're making a mistake, they're going to bring it to your attention, and then you can take another look at it. And I think that's healthy.
So better communication.
Better communication, much better communication.
So you don't mean between board members, but between the board and the public?
Between the board and public and between all departments of the town. I want that communication to improve. When the board has an opinion or a directive to another department, I would like it to see it go out to that other department, not as a verbal, oh, by the way. I would like to see it go out professionally. I'd like to see it go out in a memo or perhaps a fax or perhaps an email. So that person has something in front of him in black and white so he clearly understands what the board requests or what the board expects or what the board would like to know. Because I think when you go through the verbal communication sometime, a lot gets lost.
Right.
And you don't get the full meeting, and I don't think you get the full response that you need to operate properly.
If you could, just let us know, I don't know, you said you operate a small business, what you do, and then also what your hours would be at Town Hall, just so people know when they can find you and reach you and stuff like that, around your job or personally.
I keep feeling like I'm making comparative analysis, and I'm going to try and be as positive about this as I can. I'm employed by the NFTA on the Metro Rail system, and I'm employed as an electrician / electronics technician. And in a maintenance capacity, I maintain life safety systems. I maintain video security systems. I maintain fire alarm systems. I maintain emergency telephone systems. I maintain specialized computer server systems that operate as the nerve center of the entire rail. It operates ventilation. It operates lighting. It operates power for the trains to operate. It controls the power.